welcome to my channel, Spring with Sam. I'm Sam, and today I have my sister on today. Her name's Bethy.
Hi.
And we're going to be talking about our favorite and least favorite rides in each of the Disney World parks. Alright, so first we're going to be starting with Animal Kingdom. I'm going to have Bethy start us off with her favorite ride in Animal Kingdom.
Okay, my favorite ride in Animal Kingdom is Avatar Flight of Passage. It's a relatively new ride. I've only done it once, but I really enjoyed it. Well, I did it twice, but I've only gone once, like on a trip. And it was definitely my favorite ride of the whole trip. It's super cool, super high tech, really cool experience.
Very immersive.
Yeah.
And I actually was going to use that as my favorite as well. I feel like it's like one of the most unique rides in Disney right now. I mean, we haven't done all the new rides as of yet, but especially for Animal Kingdom, it's definitely the most immersive ride. How about your least favorite?
So my least favorite is, I had to pick one ride, it would be like the Triceratops spin in Dinoland USA.
Yeah, that's mine too.
It's not that I necessarily don't like that ride, I just don't like Dinoland USA. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, it feels like it doesn't really fit in.
It's not Disney.
Yeah, it looks like it's just like a carnival, like in your hometown type thing. But I mean, I don't hate that land, but it just feels like Disney could have done a lot more. And also that type of spinning ride, they have so many other options too, especially in Magic Kingdom, that I'd rather do that over the Triceratops spin one. I honestly don't think I've ever even been on it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So I don't even know if we can
count that. Maybe we were like younger.
Yeah, I don't even know if we can count that, but.
Because I don't think they have the Whirl one anymore.
Yeah.
So I would have put that one, but.
All right, so next up we have Epcot. So let's start off with your favorite ride in Epcot.
Okay, my favorite ride in Epcot is definitely Soarin'. I feel like it's just a super cool ride. I like how there's smells in it and it's inside, but you feel like you're outside. And I've just always loved that ride. And it's just something that my family always does every single time we go to Epcot, and I just really love it.
So I would say that would be my favorite ride in Epcot. The only thing is I feel like it's so similar to Flight of Passage, and Flight of Passage is just one step up. So I'm trying to pick like different types of rides, I guess. So my favorite ride in Epcot, I'm gonna go with is Test Track. But before Flight of Passage was open, I would say Soarin' is my favorite ride in Epcot, but I'm gonna go with Test Track, something a little different.
Good choice.
Yeah, I like that one. It's really fun. I like the ending when you just like go around the track really fast. Favorite part.
Super fun.
All right, how about your least favorite in Epcot?
Okay, my least favorite ride in Epcot is the Grand Fiesta Tour. I have a love-hate relationship with this ride because it's super funny. Our family does this whole joke about how it's all of our favorite ride in the park because it's so underwhelming for Disney. So I don't necessarily hate it, like I do it every time, but it's not a good ride. So like objectively it's not a good ride, but it is like funny for my family to go on.
I would say the same. I had the same one. The Grand Fiesta Tour. It's just like, it's one of those like boat rides, kind of like It's a Small World, but I'd rather do It's a Small World than that one. And yeah, like you said, underwhelming. It's like, I don't hate it. It's not like a bad ride or anything. It's like cute for kids, I think. And I have definitely try to do it. It's always a quick, there's always like a very short wait at that ride. So if you're really hot, it's an indoor ride. So you can kind of cool off for a little bit, more relaxing. So, and when we're speaking of those type of rides, I'd rather do Living with the Land than the Grand Fiesta Tour, because Living with the Land, you actually learn something from it. You learn something from both, I guess, but I just love Living with the Land when we're talking about that type of like boat ride.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So next up, we're going to talk about Hollywood Studios. This one is a little different for us because we haven't done all the new rides there. We haven't seen Galaxy's Edge. We haven't done Mickey's Runaway Railway. So just keep that in mind because our opinions could change as soon as we go to those new rides. So why don't you start with your favorite?
Okay, my favorite ride in Hollywood Studios is definitely Tower of Terror. I love that ride. It's been one of the rides I've always looked forward to since I was little. It's just like super unique because it's not like every other like drop ride. They have like the whole like show scenes before, and I like that, like I like
the
theming, like everything about it is just super cool. It's like creepy but not too creepy. I just like it. I think it's really awesome.
Yeah, I would definitely say theming wise, Tower of Terror is my favorite ride, and like the thrill effect of it and everything. But if we're just talking about the ride mechanics itself, I love roller coasters, so Rock and Roll Roller Coaster would have to be my favorite.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about just theming, Tower of Terror by a landslide.
Yeah.
And what about your least favorite?
Okay, so I had a really hard time with this park in particular because I don't really have a least favorite ride there, but if I had to say one, well, I wouldn't say ride, like it's an attraction, would be Muppet Vision 3D, just because it's a show. It's like one of their main attractions there, and it's a show, and I feel like they could have done something better with the Muppets, but I don't necessarily hate it. I think it's funny. I like watching it. I do it every time, but out of everything else at that park, it's the only thing that's like, I wish it was a little bit more.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sticking specifically for the rides, the alien saucer thing and the Toy Story Land. It's just like a teacup ride basically.
That's true.
And I feel like they just like wanted to fill one extra thing in that space. So they're like, oh, let's just do this. It's nothing like special about that ride, so that'd have to be my least favorite. All right, next up, we're gonna talk about Magic Kingdom. I'd say this is probably your favorite park overall, right?
It's definitely like tied for first. I don't know, I like them all. I can't really decide.
That's how I feel. But so let's start with your favorite in Magic Kingdom.
My favorite ride in Magic Kingdom is 110% Jungle Cruise. I love that ride. It is, I think, the best part of Magic Kingdom. It is, you have to do it every time you go. You can't miss it. It's just my favorite ride. It's a classic. It's really well done. It's funny. It's like pretty. It's cool. I love everything about it.
Are you excited to see the movie that's coming out about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be really good. My favorite ride in Magic Kingdom would either have to be Splash Mountain or Space Mountain. I like the mountain rides. Like I said, I like the roller coaster, like thrill type rides. So it's hard to choose. I know they're redoing the theme of Splash Mountain, but I mean, the ride itself is what I like the drops and everything.
Yeah, it's gonna be the same
ride.
track.
Yeah, so like it's still gonna be
theming.
my favorite, and I'm like so excited to see The Princess and the Frog.
I love that movie, so hopefully
it's such
it's
a cute movie. I actually just watched it for the first time like a few months ago, and it's
love
like
it.
one of my
good.
favorite Disney
really
movies.
good.
It's so cute. But I'd have to say either that, the ride itself, or Space Mountain, especially because it's a classic. When I think of Disney World, I think or Magic Kingdom, and it's like classic rides I love. So that's why I really like Space Mountain. What about your least favorite rides in that park?
My least favorite ride in Magic Kingdom is probably Under the Sea with Ariel.
Yeah.
It's just that whole like area, like the grotto and everything is so beautiful. They did such a beautiful job with like the line going in, like the rock structures are really cool. And then the ride itself is just underwhelming. They had such potential to do something really, really cool, and then they just put you in a shell and did animatronics. There's no real, like, there is a storyline because of the movie, but it's hard to follow. It's not,
like,
it doesn't grab your attention.
Yeah, like the theming is not as good as it is in, like, for example, the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to think of ones. There's also Finding Nemo that's kind of like that.
Yeah,
the
they're
Nemo
similar,
and Friends.
but
But the Haunted Mansion, what they did there, they had so much more theming. It's so much more immersive. You feel like you're in it head to toe, like all around you. You look and you're in a haunted mansion. Whereas the Ariel Grotto ride, it's just, you look around and like you could see like the animatronics sometimes, like the moving, and the ceiling's not really done. I remember it just seems like there's a lot of empty space in there. And I remember when we went and we were so excited to go on this new ride. We were like, everyone we went with was disappointed. We expected a little more from it. I mean, it's not a bad ride. I think but I just think Disney could have done a little better on it.
Like, we didn't even go on it last time we went to Disney.
Yeah, I think I went on it twice maybe. Like, I gave it a second shot.
It's just not for me.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Comment down below your favorite or least favorite ride in the parks and let us know your opinions. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.